My garden is in its wonderful mature stage. It is the beginning of fall and it is time for another garden walk. And we are going to start our walkabout through the side entrance into my garden, which I changed recently, 7 days ago. I built a rustic gate. By the way, if you missed the video, here it is. And I always knew how important the gate element, adding that element to the space, what a great potential it has, what power it has to change the space, to define it, to make it more interesting. But I was surprised by my feelings when I go through that area now. It is so different. And what I like about it, I like to watch the reaction of people who pass by. They see the gate and their reaction. They want to explore. They think that there is something exciting happening behind that gate. So let's begin our tour through that side entrance into the garden. This is the side entrance into our backyard. And it used to be just a pathway into the service area, which was packed with garden waste bins and all other garden stuff. Well, as you know, I moved all of the bins to a newly created wattle fence area. We will see it in a bit. And so far, this design upgrade is very beneficial for me and for my garden. So, the gate. Well, when I approach it from our driveway, right away I have a sense of, a sense of arrival. And since this gate has a rustic and fairy tale feel, it kind of marks the transition from the ordinary world into the special, cultivated space of my garden. Plus, the see-through design of this cute gate makes visitors curious about what lies beyond. Gates, especially well fitted with the surrounding area, and I must say, add mystery and anticipation. Well, what's behind this gate? Nothing big right now. It's just a storage area for my bins, and it looks quite bare right now since this upgrade at the back happened just recently. So the gate has a mystery. I have to support that mystery with nice planting and nice organization of this area next year. Let me go through the gate and show you how the back of the gate looks. And what I like about this gate is this hook and eye opening. I love how old-fashioned it is. And look, I like the back of the gate even more than the front of the gate. Those parallel branches make it interesting. Look at the front. My husband advised me to keep both of these natural handles for the gate, so they're here to stay. Even if you're not going to use them, even if you will just touch the gate here all the time, these guys look good here. So they're here to stay, and nobody is going to, they're not going to be in anybody's way. I maybe will cut this little branch here for it not to get stuck on clothes. But otherwise, lovely, lovely. So when I go through the gate, I definitely have a feeling that I'm entering a different area, a defined area. Well, right now this area is nothing much, especially at the end of the summer when all my bleeding hearts are in dormant stage. Definitely the introduction of the gate changed my attitude to this area. So next year, I probably will be working on redefining everything here. How about introducing a sweet potato vine on this side of our rustic entrance into our side of the garden? Look at this. We have sweet potato vine growing on this side, and I like how it is cascading through the railings, how it finds its way around. Although this area is a little bit sunnier here than the other side of the stairs, so I'm not sure if potato vine would be happy to grow here. This is the northern part of the garden, and if I place a pot here, because we don't have any bins here anymore, I moved them. Maybe I will ask my sweet potato vine next year to grow here and make a nice green weaving around there. Well, we will see. But all this is brought into action, and all these ideas are coming because I did a gate. And look how lovely it looks. It truly defines the area, right? It makes the area inviting. People want to go to explore. You can see through the gate. It's not unwelcoming. It welcomes in. Come on in. And look at this, what feelings we have when this gate is just half opened. Let me see. Isn't that inviting? Come on in, let's explore, right? And you were advising me to install the suspension here for the gate to close on its own. I like that idea, I gave it a thought, but I decided not to do it since so many times I'm moving equipment. So here, this is a place we move our mower and all other things, but I need that gate to stay open. So it's going to be just with the simple, humble closure, serving me hopefully for many years, and I'm going to put some sort of a wood protection on it because I want it to last. This is untreated wood, just stems and branches from our mulberry tree, which came down this spring, and I asked the tree company to give me all the sticks, and I kept them. Now, the fence. This is also the gift from the mulberry tree. All the smaller branches came in here. They were fresh when I was installing them, so they gave in, and look how they sagged. I like this fence. We have to trim our maple trees in the front, and all the heavier limbs will go here. That's another project which probably I will be doing maybe to the middle of the fall. So let's explore and see the update on one of the latest projects I did this season is wattle fence to hide all the garbage. Well, I had several good weeks to live with this construction here, and I must say that I like it. It is working. You know, sometimes you do the project, you don't know how it's going to look, how it's going to work. It looks good, but is it going to be functional? Yes, it is functional. It works well. Let me show you the side. By the way, my poor little flowers perked up here, and they are producing not much of a show here. Little impatience, but they're blooming. Look, here, you see? This is a service area. You can't really see them through this wattle fence, which I like, right? And here, all the stuff. I have big access to all the bins. All the stuff is here, you know, soil, whatever I need to put here, it's there. And it is hidden from all the garden. Look at this little funny stick I'm saving. I don't know for what, but I like it. Just ready for Halloween, right? Okay, let's put it here. Oops, it doesn't want to stay. All right, so this area, a successful thing. I need to support that wattle fence for the winter. So that's one more project to be done. All the plants are doing very well here. Ajuga is growing happily. The stones are doing their job. The pathway here very well. And remember how I planted the extra ajugas right here near the base of the tree? A tough spot to grow. And look, ajuga is doing fine. One is not doing very well, but otherwise perked up, and we'll have a nice presence right there. The same here. Several weeks ago, I planted ajuga along this pathway because I want all the needles of our spruce tree to stay in and not to fall onto the pathway here. And they are growing as if they were always here, right? Beautiful. All right. Now, let's go to the other side of my garden, to the other entrance, where I did a beautiful upgrade. You know it. I built an arch, a gobbet-looking arch, Tolkien-inspired arch. I can't wait for my kids to come back from college to see this arch. Look at it. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Coreopterus, the bluebeard. is in its magnificent stage. Look at it. It has everything what it needs. It needs sun, it has sun. It needs space, it has space. It needs dry condition, it has dry conditions. Simply wonderful. And here is the arch. One is going to fall, maybe this winter. It's not going to live through this winter. So I'm going to talk to you about the design I have in mind for this area, the next one. But let's look at the arch here. The path was built also, I think, 2 weeks ago. It is settling in. And let's look at that ajuga, how quickly it is sprucing up, right? Look at this. It's all happy here. Didn't take long for them to get adjusted between the stones and start growing. Beautiful. And here is another entrance into our garden on this side, through this pathway here, right there. By the way, this area is doing okay. My dead nettle was suffering tremendously from drought and shady area here and heat. You can see it's struggling. It is bouncing back, even starts blooming a bit. I like this variegated variety because it has beautiful light variegation on its leaves, and it brightens this dark area. We have a hedge here, the mighty hedge, and sun almost never gets here to this side, so you have a nice, beautiful white light presence here. Well, agastache, a mighty presence. Look how nicely it falls down. It's big here. I kind of have issues with this agastache being so huge here, and every year I say I'm going to move it, and I never do. Oh well, what's new in the garden, right? The garden, it dreams, and then life goes on. So you see how it falls? I had to support it with the sticks. And this agastache, I think it adds, this falling nature adds to the beautiful presence of my arch here. It adds to the drama of it, right? And all the pollinators, right now we have morning hours, so the sun is not out yet. But all the pollinators here, unbelievable. Going after Caryopteris, the bluebeard. I see them on the porch. And then we have agastache here. So this area is covered with all sorts of activity going on. Now let's look at my porch. Porch area got a new space this year. My vegetable garden spot right here. And it is notoriously difficult to keep the vegetable gardens in its beautiful picturesque stage, because what vegetable gardens do, they provide us with nutrition, right? So very often they do not look very good. For example, look at this, my basil. It looks spent. It looks kind of at the end of its life, which it is. Well, we had many pesto meals from it, so it's supposed not to look good. So it is really difficult to create beautiful vegetable gardens. But I love it. Oh, look at this tomato. This is a container tomato. I didn't like it growing the container tomatoes. This is the first time I'm doing it. I'm not going to do it again. We had maybe 3 tomatoes, well, 4 tomatoes from this plant here. And it is struggling in the pot, I would say. And look at poor Caryopteris. It is not liking the pot at all. I wanted to make some sort of a topiary out of it in the future. So in spring I was planning to cut all the lower growths and just keep the top growths there. This spot is too small for Caryopteris. Caryopteris has big top root and it doesn't like it to be here, so I shouldn't even demand Caryopteris to grow excuse me, in such a tight space. what's doing very well in the pot is rosemary. Look at this. Oh, the scent of it. Oh, look at this. This is a spider web already starting to form. Fall is approaching, right? A little sedum. I'm trying to propagate it. I will show you. And again, basil. Half spent. So this is a view I have of the garden from my prime sitting area here. Near my sedums, all the pollinators buzzing around, and I don't worry about them because they are just after their food. They don't mind my presence at all. So let's go and look at this sitting area here, and I think that the presence of two tall boxwoods, it's Green Mountain boxwoods, they need a little bit of a trim here. They also define this area so well. Everything in the raised beds are almost done for this year. We probably will have several more sauteed greens here. Nice parsley will go, this parsley will go all the way to the late fall, and we will be happy to harvest them. So I'm letting all my strawberries to colonize this area, and there is more of them here. And hopefully next year we will have a nice harvest from them. Verbena, tall verbena, attracts a huge amount of butterflies every sunny afternoon. There are 3 or 4 butterflies in this area, and they love my tall verbena. It's self-seeded here, and I kept just several of them on both sides to get extra height to this entrance. And verbena gives that height without strong presence. Ooh, somebody bumped into this one. Well, I have to cut it and bring it into the house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let verbena self-seed here. It does it very happily. And in spring, I will just keep what I want. Now this wild area, sweet potato vine, is living its life here. Let me tell you, I started training it to go on my wattle fence. It's doing all right. I'm not sure if sweet potato vine will last very long here, since we are starting to have very cold nights. And sweet potato vine, you can see the yellowing is happening. Maybe sun days are not strong. So let's see how long this decorational color will last here. Ooh, this guy is wilting. Did I water it or did I forget it? Oh gosh, it's so dry. Okay. All right, I'm going to water it after I stopped filming. As you can see, leaves are starting to fall. I'm very pleased with this handmade pot of mine, standing its ground. I replanted my sedum here. It looks magnificent. So this pot will be overwintering here. I want to see how it is going to do. It's a cement container. Sedum is very happy here. I rarely water it. I ask the sedum to grow in semi-shade. Oh, here's a chipmunk. He ran down the path. Did you see him? Oh, he's sitting right there. Oop, he ran away. All right, so this pot is staying through the winter, and let's see, I will keep you posted how it is doing. Let's go and say hello to the chipmunk. Oh, he's a cute one. He has 2 houses in our garden. And when I am quiet, where are you? Of course you ran. You're a skittish little fellow. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go and see what's happening on our dining space area here. Well, I'm busy propagating sedum here. Look at this little thing. Yes, in my hypertufa container. This is the first one I made. Looks like a bubble. But I like how all sorts of algae starts to colonize this area. And hopefully next year it will look quite aged. It looks just gray right now. Oh well. This area Look at the sweet potato vine here. Love it. It makes such a big difference here since we have pots and whatever here. It's a service area, access to the water for the backyard. And begonias. This is the first year I put begonias here. I introduced the hanging baskets here to this corner. I loved that begonia because that begonia loved that space there. Sun almost never gets there, so we have reflected sun. And begonia is so happy here. Okay, it's a little bit spent here, but what do I want? It's almost the middle of September, and look at the happy flowers. They are so happy here. Beautiful. This sweet potato vine struggles. It doesn't have a lot of space for root growth, so this hanging basket cannot hold water, a lot of water, and sweet potato vine really needs water to live well. I have another sweet potato vine growing here. Originally, I had it on the shelf right there. It was too much for that space, so little happy petunias are alone there on the window. And here, sweet potato vine is at the bottom here. In spring, I went to the nursery. We have a very good nursery here. And they sold me the flat of 6 small little plants. Well, small little plants. Big presents in the garden. A very happy grower, although needs a lot of water. Spirea. Very happy with this spirea. I have to water it. Look at this. It's suffering from the mildew. Mildew usually is not a problem in my garden. But this year we have cold nights and mildew favors that. Cold nights, humidity and warm days. But the good thing is, once you start putting regularly water on the mildew, mildew doesn't like it, so I have to spray my spirea here with simple water once a day, and mildew would not be developing here. I probably will move the growing bag of my spirea a little bit lower here, because it looks a little congested here. So it needs to be a little bit lower, right? Look at this. And then I'm overwintering it in that bag. Spirea should be fine through the winter. It's hardy. What's happening here? Why is this dead here? Oh gosh, what happened here? Who knows? I have to cut it out. My generous gardener, another magnificent rose, is starting to lose its leaves. The usual story with roses at the end of the season. They don't look the best, right? And see them. With a ducky. Also a nice presence here. Look at this beautiful hydrangea here. It is one happy girl, this hydrangea. It is so well hydrated here always, because I have a good access to water here, that I have a feeling next year this hydrangea will double in size. This year it doubled in size, and it is going to be a lovely welcomed addition here. That's that nice mass of greenery, right? And next to it is my struggling spirea. I don't know what's going on with this thing. So I planted on both sides here 2 spireas as the entrance point to this area. And this spirea lost its one limb, became dead. I don't know what happened here. And then here this thing is dying off. Well, if you look at this area when there is a lot of sun, you can see that this area is shaded. But I know that spirea can grow in semi-shade here. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to give it a try going through the winter, see how it does, because this spirea might not survive through the winter. And look at this happy dandelion here. I keep it here since I garden organically. I can harvest all these leaves for my salad for that nice bitter taste. I like bitter taste. I forgot to tell you about my latest design. Oh, here comes the sun. Wonderful. Right here. Look at this dilapidated thing ready to fall. So I am suspecting that this arch quite a frail one now. Probably will fall. So the winter wouldn't live. So I was thinking maybe I should change the area here. This you see this wattle fence here, and break it in half. So make the entrance. You see, what's the name of it? It's Abrevieties small giant, or big giant or small giant. I will put it on the screen. So this would be the beginning of the entrance, and there would be something else here. Like I will introduce the same shrub here, and make a pathway through, and have a bench there. Right now, my bench is hidden behind all the growth here. Let me show you. Right here. And it is our service area here, the walkway to the compost bin. So break this wattle bed, right, raspberry patch here into two, and introduce this bench right there. Move it there. Let's go and see how it will look. I think it will be an improved design here. Look, so we are moving a little bit further away. This thing would be gone, right? And then the entrance here, and there is a bench at the back. I think it would be more inviting and more kind of anchored area than it is now. And I don't mind this construction, this stick construction to fall, because now I have this one here. Well, my dear gardeners, take care, and I will see you in our next video. Oh, there is still dew on the grass here. Feels good on bare feet.